बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम काला रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतन मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली. O my Lord, grant me self-confidence, contentment, and boldness. It is my task for me, and move the impediment from my speech, so they may understand what I say. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and merciful. I continue with my topic on Introduction to Project Management, and this is lecture 2. To start with, whenever there's a pressure of lagging behind, and there's a pressure to complete the project in time, there is one thing, there's a tendency to have enough people. So when enough people are thrown in the project, it can be completed in whatever time is desired. But this may not be true, because this idea will result in doing too many things at a given time, and there are more chances of error. So that's why we need to be very careful in selecting the human resource management. So this is what we say, that the factors affect the success of a project: the right people at the right time and the right type of the management. And this is one of the key ingredients in having the right people on the right job and manage them appropriately, rather to have more people and may not have defined the rules. Whenever more people are deployed, it is better to define their role properly. Otherwise, what we call with too many cooks spoils the problem. So let's proceed. What are the steps in managing a project? So first is to define the problem, to develop the solution options, to plan the project, execute the plan, monitor and control progress, and last but not least, close the project. So what I mean by defining the problem is, when I mean define the problem, we mean what client need is being satisfied by the project. Is the client fully satisfied with the project? It helps to visualize the desired at the result. At the end of the day, is the client who must be satisfied. In our local language, we say the client is always right. Even if the client is wrong, then the rule number 1 says the client is right. In order to have client is right, we need to understand what is the problem and what should be the desired in defining the problem. In order to satisfy the client, you must have the solution options. How many different ways might you go about solving the problems? Brainstorm solution alternatives. You can do this as alone or as a group. But effective management is all about group solving the solution, not a single man. A project management may not be a single man show. All of the people involved, all of the higher ranking people who are involved in the project should be consulted, and then the brainstorming solution, brainstorming sessions, and we have you have a unique solution. Sometimes it is the cost that is determinant of the solution options. So whatever is that, you must have a possible solution option rightly thought the start of the project. Then when we say plan the project, it means answering the questions. What must be done? By whom it should be done? How much it will cost? When? And so on. This is what planning is all about. Once the plan is being thought of, then it should be drafted and it must be executed, must be implemented. Sometimes what happens is that people have put great efforts, put together a plan, and then themselves fail to follow it. So if a plan is not followed, what is the point in planning? So no plan, if the plan is not executable, then my thinking is that this is not a plan. So how an effective planning can be reached is by monitoring and controlling the progress. Unless progress is monitored, you cannot show you will succeed, and it must be likely using a roadmap to reach a destination. Control. What are you expect to do as a manager? Now, if you discovered any deviation, you must ask yourself and from your team, again, brainstorm them what to do to get back on the track. And it's the monitoring in time that can break you on the track. If you don't monitor the project and you let it happen, what is happening, then you will end up with the blind alley. It seems impossible, and if it seems that this way the plan we had earlier is not working, then we have to modify the plan on the basis of the reality. Planning may not be our ultimate thing. It can be modified, but it can be modified with a proper thought, not modified for the sake of modification. Now, in order to monitor this, in order to have there, we have to devise some strategy. So, and we have some tactics. So the difference between strategy and tactics is that the strategy is defined as the approach being used to do the project, and the tactics is the steps taken to implement the strategy or approach to do. So we can say that strategy and tactics both are dependent on each other, rather the tactics depend on the strategy. So if you define the approach, then you have to implement the approach. The largest thing and the most important thing is to close the project. Because most of the thing of cost of the manager, the project is finished, but there is a final step that should be taken. And there should be some takeaway from the project. What you did, what you did not, what was done well, and what could have been done well. What else we learned. We always improve what we have done. So if you do not do it, and if you just don't realize the mistakes, then this will be reflected on your future project. The project management system, in order to have project management system and in order to manage projects successfully, it is too necessary to have a system. Generally, it is believed that management consists of 7 components. And if one of these 7 components is not in place or it is malfunctioning, then it is likely that the project will not be managed. So let's discuss what are the 7 components of the project. The first one is the human factors, the method, culture, organization, planning, information, and control. They may be all of them, and then they may be some of them. Generally, these are the factors that control the project. These are the components. If they are dealt intelligently, as and when required, you will have a successful project, or otherwise, you will have a project ending in a mayhem, ending in a loss, ending in practice. Let's see what are the human factors. Now, human factors start with a project manager, and an efficient project manager must be able to deal effectively with all the other parts of the subsystem in order to be successful. There is a leadership, negotiation, team building, motivation, communication, and decision making. So, if one is asked to describe the role of effective project manager, he may be defined in terms of 6 attributes. He must have 6 attributes: the leadership, the art of negotiation, the intelligence of team building. He must know how to motivate people. He should communicate effectively, not within the team, but also with the client, as well as the top management. And he has a sound decision making. He may not be confused by himself. He can make decision, he can take decision, and he can implement the decision. Now, this 7 components. Methods, when we talk about the methods, we refer to the tools you train. The culture of an organization affects everything you do. In the organization, every organization must deal with the assignment and definition of each person's authority, responsibility, and accountability. Without that, you cannot have an effective management system. Each person, if given some responsibility, he must be accountable for his responsibility. He must be accountable for whatever has been given as the authority. And if the management doesn't authorize a person, the management cannot hold responsible that person, and the person cannot be accountable. So it's very organization must have some standards, some SOPs to develop their organization. Then comes the planning. Every organization needs a good methodology to planning projects if it is to be successful. So what information and controls means the good historical data are needed for the planning projects. The control subsystem is supported by the planning and information system. Now, what are the takeaways from these points? As a summary, project is a problem scheduled by solution. If you do not define a problem correctly, you may not find the right solution. And sometimes it is a wrong solution to the wrong problem. You cannot have a right solution to the wrong. Focus on the desired outcomes. And how will you know when you achieve them? Try to learn from the project work by doing a final audit. If you have no plan, you have no control. So exercise, plan, execute a plan, exercise control. People who must execute the plan should participate in preparing it. It's not the people it's not the plan executed by a plan planned by someone executed. It's better those who make the plan should be the person who executes the plan. And then all documentation we need be kept in a notebook and have to be backed up with electronic data for future reference. Require signature for changes in scopes in order to alert everyone as of the impact of the change on the project cost deadlines. Risk analysis is part of planning. For every risk identified, develop a contingency plan whenever. So, thank you. This is all for this lecture about the components of the planning, about the factors that influence the planning. And this is all I have, I think, for today. So the next lecture will discuss more about the planning process and the